Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. Today I have Dan, and that's all. Me and Dan.
Woo!
It's just us.
A-team.
Just us.
It's how it started.
It's how it started, and it's how it's going to end. This is the last one. James has pulled out late notice. He had something come up, so unfortunate.
And he's actually just hiding down the hallway in his bedroom.
He's crying from Parramatta's loss.
Maybe crying because our team's lost too.
No. Speaking about losses and stuff like that, Danny, mate, how are you going? You know,
yeah, not too bad. Been a while, you know.
Yeah,
been about a week.
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of stuff can happen.
Yeah,
in a week.
lot of stuff can happen. We had our cousin's 21st. Shout out to Jack. Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, Jack.
Got very drunk.
Yep.
And yeah, that was pretty much
a lot of Bojays were drunk.
A lot of Bojays were drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody shout out Jack. He got he was pretty respectable. I think he wasn't too drunk. Like,
he was definitely drunk.
He was drunk.
I remember him opening his presents on the Sunday morning and opening alcohol and almost vomiting.
I think the man who takes out the drunkest of the night would be James.
Oh, mate.
So, look, we don't want to go too in depth in case you're eating or something, but
James almost died.
James almost died. Sleeping bag, vomit, whole shenanigans.
Sounded like he was drowning.
I've slept through the whole thing, which is great.
I woke up.
Probably woke up.
I'm a pretty light sleeper when I'm in a different environment, but when I'm in my own bed, I'm a heavy sleeper. Yeah, like it was fucked.
Yeah, look, James is like a worm.
It was like 5 a.m. in the morning,
struggling to get out of a sleeping bag. rough. But yeah, shout out Jack.
Shout out Jack
and James. Lovely fan of the podcast.
Shout out Jack, who also then went and played reserve grade the next day.
Players player.
Got players player somehow. We
did offer a hat if you got man of the match, so I don't know the technicality.
I think players player and man of the match. I think there's a bit of a
leave it up to the fans to decide.
Yeah, leave it up to the fans. But apparently he scored a try and set up 1 or 2 or something. But that's what I heard.
How do you not get man of the match for that?
Yeah, mate. Look. Just didn't put in a good enough effort.
It's robbed. And look, I'm going to talk about how I feel this week. Broken. I'm a torn man, and for the
I can see that.
for the audio listeners, I am wearing a Queensland jersey at the moment.
He's a fucking cat.
I've gone full circle. We're going Queensland this time around because fuck New South Wales. Hear that? Clip that.
Why we clip it?
How dare you drop my boy Nico Hines from the team? Not just Nico, you dropped Cam McInnes as well. What did he do wrong? The bloke played 49 minutes, got 42 tackles. New South Wales just don't get Origin, mate. They don't get it. You just don't get it. And look, I'm a Queenslander, always have been, always will be. Queenslander.
And then we turn you around and show what name is actually on the... I'm pretty sure the podcast has seen this before, but it does have Mitchell Pearce on the back, so... Yeah, he's still a New South Welshman at heart.
I might get a New South Wales Nico Hines jersey, so I have the two best halves for both states. Okay, well that's the intro. That was pretty good. Mate.
I think we could go on forever with stories.
I think this podcast is going to be one of the top 10. So I don't know. Speaking of top 10, top tips, accountability. Me and James get our top tips up, our best bets. James goes back to back. Jim's jam. If you're following the jam, you got a nice juicy $6 on Elson Boy.
Juicy.
James did tell me he picked it. Had 5 wins in a row, so 6 wins in a row for Elson Boy. Look, he just keeps winning and keeps proving Lucas wrong. You know, because the horse racing guru is.
It's starting to shift. Like, James is the true horse racing guru.
We're going to start getting James's top tip videos going and see if you like that. Because
I think Lucas will become the cricketing guru, and now James is going to be the horse racing guru.
He might have to venture to something else because obviously he doesn't get horses like James does.
Like, we thought he was the horse racing guru. You know, he's been putting out all these tips. He's winning all these races. Apparently win. But can't pick it for his top tip.
For his best bet. Rough, mate. Rough. But, you know who can.
And unfortunately, he's not here to defend himself.
He can't defend himself. Never can James. But, look, the multi-king's back there. The multi-king's
Wait.
back.
Wait.
Or did he ever disappear? No, because I've always been here. Brandon's like, look, Leachy's lock. I just $13. The best part about it is like I'm in a punters club. Dan, you'd know. I don't know if the fans do, but in a punters club now, I'm top punter because of it as well. I put my Leachy's lock into my top punting, and look, I hit Katoa, Xavier Coates, and Marcelo Montoya. I think the first leg, it was Warriors were storming through. James was like, why would you pick Marcelo out of like the two? He gets it. I'm like,
Wasn't
fuck
he the
yeah.
first try scorer?
Yeah. It happened to be like a flick pass out to him to score it from Chance. It was pretty schmick.
Like if you're picking Warriors try scorers, you pick DWZ, and you don't go past anyone else.
That's true. And then, you got Katoa crashes over, and then it was just waiting for like 60 minutes until Xavier scored.
It was so late in the game.
And
we're sitting around the fire, and then as Xavier Coates scores, we're all just fucking erupted.
It's good. It was good. And I think that might get me to top punter. We'll have to do some statistics soon.
We'll have to have a look.
But I might be up there. So unlucky, Lucas.
You know, we're midway through the year. We might have to
get a mid-season tally up.
Mid-season tally, yep.
Beautiful. Accountability done. But you know what's not done? The best part of the podcast, Dan, brought to us by you.
The listener questions.
The listener questions. Well, not as many this week, I will say.
Honestly, thank fuck.
I think, look, people didn't get the memo that Nico Hydes was in Origin. Otherwise, I would have got pestered. So,
and I don't think the Tigers fans got that they won because I don't see. I'm looking over there. I don't see any Tigers related questions.
That's a plus.
Because you know what? I didn't want to talk about Tigers online.
Yeah.
Fuck the Tigers. They're cats.
Fuck the Tigers. Meow, meow, meow.
They're still coming 16th.
Meow.
Grip check.
Meow.
Meow.
All right. So we have the first question. It's from Aiden. This is an ongoing saga. It's been the last 3 weeks. And it says, can you please discuss the fall of the Mighty Ducks offering Ken Morrison a contract? Okay. The fall of the Mighty Ducks. Look, we've made a grand final, so I don't know if you can call it the fall yet. It's now probably the decline of the Mighty Ducks that will start happening.
Look, I'll say it. The fall of the Mighty Ducks happened when we signed these blokes at the start of last season that we played and said, oh yeah, we'll play whenever our games don't clash and all this. And then we get to semi-finals. There are other teams not in the finals. They don't play the semi-final. Gets to the grand final, they don't even rock up. I think that's the downfall of the Mighty Ducks. When blokes don't fucking show up, Aiden. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You fucking cat.
Wow. Fire up, Dan. What's getting Dan fired up? It's fucking Aiden going missing.
That should be a new segment. What gets Dan fired up?
Fire up! Look, the fall, I think... Look, maybe signing him, we could go one better. We could go grand final winners next. So
Premiers.
Who knows? I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question, though. Let's get Dan fired up. I think that's a new thing each week.
What gets Dan fired up?
Having tomato sauce in the fridge.
I actually like tomato sauce in the fridge.
Okay, next question. And we have it from Ken. Okay. Me a liability? Question mark. Get fucked, Leachy, ya dog. So that's really...
I think it's more of a statement.
Yeah, pinpointed at you, Dan.
Yes, I am Leachy now.
I believe I called him a liability because of his antics on the field. And, look, I stand by it. And calling me out for being the worst Leachy. So, fuck you. Good question, though. Great question.
I don't think you're a liability. Me and you... Dynamic duo on the wings, all right?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
The bookmarks holding there. The ends of the team there. That might be the fall of the Ducks. Okay, next. What's your wildest? Wildest? Wildest, wildest. What's your wildest experience whilst being on the piss? Again, fuck you, Leachy, ya bum. From Ken. If you couldn't get that. Dan, what's your wildest experience on the piss?
Look, I wasn't really one to, go out much on the piss and, do wild and wacky things because it takes me a lot to get drunk because if you can't tell, I'm a big man. Big man Dan, they call me.
Mm.
So it takes me a lot of alcohol to get drunk. So I don't really have some wild experiences.
How's about?
Shut the fuck up! I know what you're about to say.
Gold Coast.
I can't remember anything wild.
I feel like it wasn't wild, but it's a fucking funny story.
That's a story for another day.
can't blue ball the fans like this.
Oh, fucking blue ball the fans all I want. I'm editing. I'll cut it out. Go on, embarrass me. Fuck yeah.
Look, Gold Coast boys trip. Everyone's partying. Setting the vibe for you guys. Brandon's getting absolutely drunk. James is getting really drunk. Mate used to like go in between us dancing at the nightclubs going a Leachy sandwich. And then we're all partying. Guess who's not partying? Dan. Guess where Dan is? He's at the hotel room. The boys get back from the club and I think it was like I don't know if we're just stopping for like a little bit and then going back out or something. We get back. Dan's there.
I love this mood setting.
Dan's got a fucking 2-liter tub of ice cream. He's just pounding this ice cream to the fucking core while everyone else is out clubbing.
Let me
pounding the ice cream.
Let me defend myself here. So we go up. We go up to Queen to the Goldie on the Thursday. I think it was the Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thursday morning, we go up to the Goldie. We're at the train station at 4:30 in the morning. These blokes are already drinking. So we get there. We go out pretty much all Thursday. We're up till like 3 a.m. Thursday night. Go out Friday night. Gets to, I think it was the Saturday night. I'm pretty sure it was the Saturday. I can't remember which night it was. But yeah, I've run out of money. I didn't plan.
Were you waiting for your tax?
Yeah, I was waiting for my tax to come in so I could spend like just a little bit of it. And so I'm just sitting there munging down some ice cream, smashing some ice cream while these boys are up on the piers, and I'm just like, yeah, cool. I'm content with this. I am content with being a fat cunt.
Yeah.
While these blokes are out fucking getting shit faced.
Did you? It won you the award, didn't you? You got the award of worst on, or was that Cody? It was maybe
I can't remember if it was.
Could have been a tie.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was me worst on or Cody worst on. But yeah, that's me defending myself. I ran out of money, and then the Monday. No, did we go home the Monday or the Sunday?
Monday.
Oh yeah, Monday morning, land back in Sydney, and then my tax came in. So I was absolutely spewing. Yeah, so that was me defending myself. Yeah.
I thought that was a good story to bring up. Just
not really a wild experience, but you know,
very wild. I thought it was wild coming back there. For me, I think I've already told the story of like one fighting security guards. We'll tell a different story of fighting security guards.
There's been many over the last 10 years.
Look, I got banned from a place for 10 years. It was because I went to this location and look, I got quite drunk, but I got drunk beforehand. We were on a drink called the Goose Juice, which is a homemade beer from a mate's dad's. So we drank that. I was pretty fucked. Got in, pounded vodka Red Bulls, which are not the best, but they are fucking good. Let me tell you. So let me set the
if
tone.
you ever want a heart attack,
that was my heart.
and I'll just sit here setting the tone.
Yeah. So I got really drunk, and I thought I was pretty good though. I went up, got another two vodka Red Bulls, waiting to pound those so I can get back to the dance floor. And then the security comes up to me. Nah, mate, had too many.
And the security guard was like,
he actually starts stripping. He's like, fucking. No, he says, you've had too many. I'm like, nah, mate. I've just gone to your bar staff, got these two. How have I had too many? they've had too many. No, no, but I say like it's impossible for me to just buy drinks. Like you have to have a responsible service of alcohol. But more likely, I was like, I'm not drunk.
I'm not drunk. You are.
And then he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, can I at least just finish one? So okay. I start drinking one. Nah, you're taking too long. Grabs him out of my hands. Grabs me. And then he starts shoving me down the hallway. And then by like the third shove, I was like, you know what? This bloke's going to shove me again. I'm going to fucking tackle him. And so I did. And I made that man look like a bitch.
I fucking wish I was there that night, honestly.
Unfortunately for me, walking behind him was like 3 coppers. So to which I was like, okay, let go of the bloke. I start walking out. And then I get talked to by Constable fucking Jeff. I don't know his name, but like, the constable starts talking to me.
Constable.
Yeah, I get banned for 10 years. Didn't know I was banned until I went there a year later. But the funny thing was, like, I was out the front waiting for James. He was inside. Some chick goes up to me. Hey, are you the guy who fought 5 coppers? I'm like, yes, I am. So, look. Moral of the story, yeah, we went home happy that night. But
Brendan didn't actually go home. He went to that chick's house.
No, that was a funny story for me. But yeah, got banned.
Can we
for
go to
10
the
years.
start of that night before he went to the club where Lucas backdoored it?
Yeah, no, he backdoored it as well. He got too goosed from the juice and ended up vomiting before we got into the establishment. Like spewed out of the car. He's like, yo, yeah, I'm just going to stay in for an extra minute and, like, say goodbye to his missus. Little did we know, they just fucking drive off and like, oh there goes Lucas. But, yeah, no. Moral of the story, don't goose before you juice, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was good for you, Ken, as good as it was for me. Yeah, that's that question done. Next one, though. What's more dog wearing a Queensland jersey? Hold on a second. Or missing the podcast, James. How did he know I was wearing a Queensland jersey?
It's like he left the house for like half an hour ago.
Dan, I'll let you answer this question.
Look, for a guy that has missed many podcasts in his time, me, you know, I had my reasons. I told my dues. I had my valid reasons, but missing the podcast to go play OzTag.
Yes, and it's not even his team.
And he's not even registered for the team.
We should call up that fucking place right now.
If the OzTag establishment that is listening to this, James Leach is playing for Statsman Farlow's team. I think it's mixed team. He's not registered. Get that bloke off the field.
We'll call up right now.
Points.
I don't know which one it is.
I'll call him with this remote. That doesn't work. Yeah, but and then bloke wearing a Queensland jersey. Like, look, people that I'm not saying Brennan supports Queensland,
but I do.
For 1 week of 52 weeks in a year, you are supporting Queensland.
Big fan.
People that go for Queensland and are born in New South Wales are just the scum of the earth. And we also have an uncle that has lived in New South Wales, lived in Queensland. When he lives in Queensland, he goes for New South Wales. When he lives in New South Wales, he goes for Queensland.
I quite like that.
It's just to stir us up, his nephews and his brothers. But, you know, he's a cat. He'll never hear this, so I can say that.
I quite like the stirring up. Like, the amount of people, I wear this to work. We have, like, work Jersey Day or whatever, Origin Day, and I'll wear this. I'll just cop shit from people left, right, and centre. And there's no point in me like
and
going.
It's not even because of the jersey. It's just because of his head.
There's no point in me going. Nah, look, I actually don't go for Queensland. I just wore this because of blah, blah, blah. It's more just fun. Just going, yeah, fuck you New South Wales dog.
So, moral of the story, I believe they're both as dog as each other.
I will retort and say, James, you're a dog. How do you pull out on the night of podcasting just for an All-Star game. That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
When we said yesterday that it was going to be a today thing.
It's got to be an investigation.
You have to be.
Someone's got to be held accountable.
Yep.
But yeah, look, for wearing it feels do I look good in this? I don't know. Yeah.
No,
okay.
You don't,
I will say I feel like Ronaldo Mulatalo, my favorite Queensland player.
Favorite Queensland player that never got on the field.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Mm.
It's not really a listener question. It's kind of a podcast.
You listen?
Okay. I'll listen.
I'm listening. What's the question, mate?
So it's why are the Tigers fans still yapping? They win one game in fucking 3 months. They're still coming 16th. They're still yapping. What? You think you won the premiership, mate?
They are yapping in words you would say. Look, Tigers fans, I think I've mentioned this before, they have nothing to really cheer for. So getting a win against a low-placed Titans is like winning the grand final. I'm pretty sure there was parties on the streets of Campbelltown over the weekend. And Leichhardt. And Matty C, I'm pretty sure, got a tattoo of the score and a couple spoons on his back, I believe,
and then he got premiers soon.
Spoons even sooner. Look, I think we'll get into it in the NRL talk, but for West Tigers fans, yeah, as I said, they got to grasp onto anything because they're losers.
Just snap back to reality.
Oh, NRL talk.
I feel like we didn't really talk about NRL talk in listener questions. So I'm ready for this NRL talk.
First time in like fucking 10 weeks that we didn't speak NRL in the NRL. In listener question. Oh, fuck, I'm about to burp. Leave that in.
That was a really weird burp, bro.
Yeah. Well, NRL talk. Who impressed you, Dan?
Look, I didn't really watch much football over the weekend, but the team that impressed me be the Fins up, baby.
You're a big Fins
with
fan.
With a PH.
Big Fins.
Not with an F, with a PH.
What impressed you the most about the Fins?
The fact that they scored 22 points, 22 unanswered points in the first half. Was it 22?
It was.
Yes. Sorry to bring this up for you, but you might start crying or something.
It's okay. Yeah, I had just got over it, but
let me just stab you again real quick. Yeah, the Fins impressed me, scoring 22 unanswered points in a half against premiership contenders, the Sharks. But yeah, that's who impressed me. Who impressed you, Brennan?
Look, impressive teams impressed me.
I know who you're gonna say.
The Titans. No.
There it is, right there.
Have a look. Actually, look, I could say Manly impressed me. They did all right, but I think the Roosters. Who didn't impress me is that Moses has lost now 2 games and still gets picked for fucking Origin, but dog. But I'll get into that a little bit later in Origin selections. Yeah, Roosters impressed me. They seem to be a good team this year, mate. Good team.
Yeah, they seem to be finally clicking. They had that bit of a rough start to the season where they were win one, lose one, smash the Dragons on Anzac Day, lose one. Now they're starting to come good.
And the Tigers, they impress a little bit. Look, with the amount of debutants and youngins they had, it was a little impressive.
It hurts to say, but yeah, it was
against the Titans. May I add? It was a little impressive.
Just
we'll go to who let you down, Dan.
The last 2 weeks, I've been wearing a Dragons jersey. That's because we've won. On the weekend, we lost. They let me down.
Did they?
We took out that many players from the Manly team. They had 13 players in the second half.
That's wild.
And they still beat us. What was it? 30-14?
Yeah.
They still beat us by 16 points. I mean, given one of their tries, the ref boss has come out and said that it shouldn't have been a try, but that still doesn't account for us not beating them. Was the Hamole yeah.
The obstruction, wasn't it?
Yeah, the obstruction where he ran behind Berber, I think it was.
It does lead to James's theory of you guys play like a couple good games and then fall off a cliff.
we looked good in the first half. Like, I think we were up 14-10. No. Were we up at halftime?
I don't know, but Sharks, they looked good in the first half as well.
They looked good in the second half until Nico missed the goal by a literal country mile. But anyway, yeah. King Kyle looked good in the Dragons game.
King Kyle, eh?
King Kyle for Origin.
I will give my...
Who
let me down? It's the Cronulla Sharks.
No way.
Dan has mentioned it already that we were down 22 points very early on. But you know who let me down even more was the NRL draw makers, the people who pick who plays who at what times. They fucked us. They fucked us royally. They really fucked us. Because look, they gave us an easy draw, quote unquote, and they put us all of our hard games at one period, which is fucked. Most teams go like hard, easy, hard, too easy, whatever. All the hard ones at the same time. The last one of our draw, Dolphins. 4th place Dolphins. Coming off a bye. And we've come off now 5 weeks of hard games back to back. And then obviously Wayne Bennett, your team has never won outside of like in Sydney.
Yeah, let's just say it was their first time playing in Sydney all year.
Wayne Bennett's going to get him fired up off of a bye. So they come out, they put 22 points on us, and we were asleep. We had been versing too many good teams. We just came out flat. Obviously, we came back. They only scored one more try after that, and that was the that put a nail in a coffin for us, where Braden Trindle, nice kick from Nico. Trindle gets up. He was like maybe 2 meters away from tackling the bloke. Should have just kept sprinting and whacked him. Instead, he kind of pulled back a bit. Hammer steps in, steps the whole fucking team, scores a try.
Bang, 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 bang.
Becomes becomes like top 10 fullback tries of all time, whatever. So that's great. And then, you're not supposed to leave a game down to your kicker, but it happens.
It does happen.
And Nico has a kick to draw the game, so he'd go to Golden Point. Still could have lost Golden Point, who knows, but he misses that. But another person who let me down was the fucking commentator. The commentator, before it goes, Nico Hines, 25 from 25 at this ground. He's kicked 45 from 48 this year.
The commentator's curse.
And he's fucking hyped him up that much. He's like, oh, the Origin halfback, all this stuff. And I was like, yep.
It was like Harry Kane in the World Cup.
That's it.
It just went flying.
Look, other players have done it this year. Like, people have done it many years before. Like, Gufferson lost the game for Parramatta against Tigers.
Yeah.
He missed that. Jonathan Verson, grand final, fucking hits the post.
But they still won.
They still won. But, like, imagine that was the loss.
Yeah.
Like, clutch moments, not everyone can clutch up, So don't hate on Nico.
I think everyone already has.
They have. But, that's who let me down. You gave your let down, yeah?
Yeah.
Parramatta let us both down. Fuck you, James. Let the podcast down, you dog. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna roast Mitch Moses at the moment. So
Jesus
that bloke gets picked for Origin. He's had 2 losses to the Bulldogs, now the Roosters. The only win he fucking had was against the Sharks without Nico Hines. And he makes an Origin team? What the fuck's this world? If Nico did that, there's no chance he would have made the fucking Origin team. But hey. All right.
And then there's Luai, who just plays good before an Origin game, But anyway, we'll get into that later.
That was fired up with Brandon. Next on the list is Cook to the Dragons. Cook to the Dragons. Damien Cook returning home. The story is 2 years, and it is starting next year. Dan, thoughts and opinions? Happy?
I'm mixed. Mixed emotions about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he's an Australian hooker. He's New South Wales hooker. You know, been in grand finals. Great player. He was a beach sprinter, if you guys didn't know.
He was a beach sprinter.
Brennan, yeah.
I have heard this.
Look, at the moment, we've got Jacob Little in dummy half, and I'd say he's playing good football. Like, he's not burning the house down, but he's good. He's playing good footy. He's there. He's always doing his job. And I think Cook's getting old.
You reckon?
I mean, I think he's early 30s.
Yeah, he is.
Ish, yeah. I think he's 32. Mm-hmm. I mean, our halfback's 35 almost, but anyway.
You are the retirement village, yes.
But I think if Cook does sign on the dotted line for us, I think that means goodbye to a Jack DeBellin. Because I have seen things of a swap deal as such.
I can imagine like sticking through with him for so long and then swapping him out.
Like, I don't know. I like it, but it's going to be weird if Little's still on contract next year.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if he is, but yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes if it does happen.
I think it's a good signing. I think a little bit of speed out of the dummy half. Also, game managing is great.
Yeah.
So you won't have it all like rested on the old Benefin Hunt.
And there is reports that that Ben Hunt is gonna re-sign for next year as well.
I think it kind of puts your team more to a top tier spine. Other than, I still don't like. Terrell Salone has some more development, I think, before he becomes a top tier fullback.
He's still only 21, 22.
Yeah.
Like, he's still got years to put in the boots.
But he could, definitely boost your attack, because I think, like, even just his pass selection when you're in that 20, or the little kicks behind for forwards to score tries, I think will be good.
And, like, I haven't really seen it from Cookie, but I'm pretty sure he's got a 40-20 in his game from out of dummy half.
And he's got a couple of scoots in him. He's a scooter.
He's a beach sprinter as well.
He's a beach sprinter. You don't lose that ability. You just always can beach sprint.
I still remember that one game where he's just like on the 20-meter line and he just scooted from dummy half and like ran the field.
And he just
scored a try.
Scenes of him on a beach, just flashing memories of a beach.
It's just like Baywatch.
Yeah.
He's just running in slow-mo.
But it's Cook Watch. Cookie.
Cook Watch. Cookie.
Yoks. Okay. So that's dragon signing.
And also talking of dragons, there is rumors that Jack Bird will sign for another 12 months at the Dragons.
The bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
The word is that Bird would sign.
Oh.
But it also is, Bird is the word. Okay. And speaking of signing, Duhaihi. Adam Dewey. Resigns for the Tigers. Hasn't played a game in a while, Dan, but he's getting re-signed.
He's played one New South Wales Cup game he hasn't played any NRL in 2 years, but he's played a New South Wales Cup game last week.
How do we feel about it? Look, he's obviously on probably the minimum contract.
Yeah.
And positionally, I don't know where he slots into the team.
I think he's got to go centre.
Yeah, centre, maybe bench, like utility, but he's not a dummy half.
Nah. I'd say centre, probably drop Naden.
Yeah.
Or put Naden to wing, maybe.
Yeah.
No, maybe Staines.
Staines or Naden. Olam already in centre, so it'll just be the opposite centre, I guess.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's interesting because there's players that aren't even getting re-signed, and then there's a bloke who hasn't played in 2 years gets re-signed. It obviously shows how much leadership and potential he has.
He was one of their former captains.
One of their former 10 captains they had.
10 captains in the last 3 years,
Yeah. Look, good on him. I think we'll see what they'll do with Dewey soon, because I'm pretty sure he's in the extended list this week, but surely soon they put him into the team with a re-signing news, Now we go to the Blues versus the Queenslanders. The Maroons and the Blues. The team lists are out.
How about this? Since you're a Queenslander, you read the Queensland shit, and I'll read the New South Wales.
Okay, I like that. Look, we're a little late. Always a little late on
this.
It's
been a couple of days.
But we'll just read the list out. We'll tell you about the changes and thoughts and opinions. Dan, mate. New South Wales.
So we got Dylan Edwards replacing Tedesco. We got Toa and Lomax at wing, no changes there. Brighton and Trail Mitbra back the team. And we got Luai and Mitchy Moses, as Brandon has mentioned before, in the halves.
When did I mention that?
Gerbo, captain, with Payne Haas in prop. And then Reece Robson at dummy half. In second row, still got Liam Martin, Angus Crichton. And then Cam Murray back into the team at lock. And debutant Connor Watson, Isaiah Yeo, Hamole Olakwatu, and Spencer Lenu round out the bench. And reserves Mitch Barnett, Cam McInnes, and Luke Keary. No Matty Burton.
No Birdo. Okay. The Queenslander team, the best team in the world, in the country. We have Dreamy Eyes, Reece Walsh. Will he play more than 7 minutes? We'll see.
Marcus Sully, he's not there, so he won't get knocked out. It's all good.
From it, he's crazy, mate. He's crazy. He's done it to bloody Manu before. He'll do it to fucking Reece. Okay, and then we have the wingers, Xavier Coates and the Hammer.
You mean Tuolagi?
Oh, Tuolagi. Sorry, Hammer and Valentine in the centres. Tom Deard and Daly Cherry Evans in the halves. Ruben Cotter, Lindsay Collins as the front row. Also, Cherry Evans was captain. Sorry if you didn't know. Ben Hunt in dummy half, your man. Jaden Sewer, also your man. And Jeremiah Nanai in the second row. Paddy Caggs in 13. Harry Grant. Milwaukee Fodawaker. Elise Kafusi. Kurt Capewell getting the call up in the bench. And then the reserves, it's the return of the Gagai.
The Gagai.
Dane Gagai gets 18th man. Helen Lukey also gets called up, and Trent Lorero. I don't know.
Lorero.
Look, big picks, I think, for New South Wales. As for Queensland, there's a couple changes, but we really pick and stick. You guys just chop and change. Dan, tell me why you chopped so much and changed so much.
So, obviously, Dylan Edwards got injured before game one, comes back into the team.
Which would have helped a lot, I think.
Yes, he's a younger, better half at fullback than James Slips Tedesco.
Doesn't stunt the attack like Tedesco did.
Tedesco just he's not as good as he used to be. And then who else? So Connor Watson debut.
Yep.
Cam Murray straight back into the 13.
Yep. And how do you feel about McInnes getting dropped? Him, your ex-captain of the Dragon.
Look, he's a cat, meow meow meow. But in that sense, he's a cat for dogginess. But I thought he played well in game one. He, as you said earlier, 42 tackles in 49 minutes. That's pretty good.
Pretty good stats.
He's a workhorse.
Team, down a player.
Yeah.
For me, I think Cam McInnes deserved a spot, and I think New South Wales are dogs.
Look, as I said, work rate is always there in the middle. He's go forward. Should be there, but he's not.
Obviously, Murray deserves to be chucked back in the team because he's a good player. He's a gun. There's no doubts about it.
He's just come back. I think he's played, one game?
Yeah.
One game off injury.
I don't know. I think
I'd swap out Yo for McInnes.
I don't know. Even I know our captain is our captain, but we chose him and played him for 25 minutes or whatever. Is he better than? Is he the man? I don't know.
Yeah, I hope we do play Gerbo more than 29 minutes. But yeah, then you got Mickey Moses.
Mitchy Mose,
As you said, played one game against Sharks, and then what has he done lately? 2 losses. But
2 losses.
admittingly, he has played pretty well. I didn't watch last week's game because
got a try.
Yeah, he did score a try.
He backed up, like he was just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not. Oh, look, I'm hating Mitch more because Nico gets hate for no reason, like cops extreme levels of hate. So I'm gonna throw it back on Mitch, but like, I think he's a great player, and I would have loved to see Nico and Mitch together. I just think they'll struggle, and I think look, Luai and Moses had this team last year, and they got fucking belted 32-6.
But
we had Damien Cook, the beach sprinter, in centre.
But there is different backline. The only 2 people that in that backline is the same are Toto and Crichton.
Yeah. Look.
So we've got Deadwoods, Lomax, and Chelmit.
I just, like, after that game, we said, as a state, you guys have said, actually, because I'm Queensland, Luai's not cut out for Origin. Then what we do this year, we go, Luai's back in Origin. He's been playing good footy again. Put him back in. He fucked it for Nico. Nico gets dropped. Oh, shit. That's why I'm a Queenslander. Because we pick and stick. Yeah.
As you said, I wouldn't have minded a Moses 7, Nico 6. Because, like, they're both 7s. And they both can control their side of the park.
And, like, link up well.
Yeah.
Moses obviously has a good kicking game, which is everyone fucking froths over. He's kicking game. Brother, they couldn't get fucking Parramatta. His tries just all come off fucking kicks for the last 3 seasons.
Exactly, his kicking game is good.
But attack-wise, look, it's okay. I've calmed down. Latrell Mitchell. Another big pick.
Mate, should have been their game 1. As James said, should have been...
Look, James should be in the selecting team, I'm pretty sure.
Be in the team of selectors, honestly.
Because, look, he had that as a smoky. He also said Sifataliko should be there. Should he be there? I don't know. Game 3, he might be there.
So, yeah, Latrell Mitt in a blue jersey, he's just a different animal, honestly.
Up. Although, hear me out. There was a game once before, maybe a couple years ago. He played bad. The whole of New South Wales fucking hated the bloke.
I remember that game. I was one of them.
It was one of the scapegoats, like Nico Hines. Now Latrell's come back. Now Latrell's like, look, you guys want me again? Fine, I'll put my hand up for Origin again. I'll play again. And then what happens if we lose? He's going to be the scapegoat. That's my theory. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's
like, yeah, it's Latrell Mitt. He's gonna do a job.
He will. He's a good
hopefully.
I'd hate to tackle him 1-on-1.
Oh, bro.
Just kind of close your eyes and
hope for the best. Get your head out of the way.
Head to the side. Hopefully not get HIA'd.
Who else we got?
Yeah, I mean, Connor Watson, the utility, is the big fucking pick.
I'd say that's a bit of a out of left field. But he has been playing good football.
Yeah. I feel like
he deserves it.
Everyone's just frothed him this year, like just because Roosters are playing somewhat okay.
And like
they're like, oh my god, he can play so many positions.
And I think Radley hasn't been there that much this year, so he's been really starting second. Not starting second row, starting lock, hasn't he?
I think the man who's been 18th man for the last 3 games. Maybe could have took that 14 spot.
Matty
Burton, yeah. But you guys do not pick and stick.
Like, I feel sorry for Matty Burton. He's fucking, as said, been the 18th man for the last 3 games. That game in Perth last year, was it game 1 in Perth?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember when he played. And he was putting Burton bombs up.
Burton bombs. I just want to see Burton bombs in Origin.
Yes.
We just want to see Burton go bomb.
Like, it's just, I don't know what the selectors are doing, keeping him out of the squad.
Yeah.
Like, to be 18th man and then just straight out.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
not even like 19th or 20th.
this was more because Bulldogs were complaining about like not having him
Yeah.
every time. But yeah, I think he
It's a
should
bit
have
rough.
got a call up. What's it going to take for him to actually get called into the fucking team? Is all I have to say.
Luai, Moses,
Yeah.
Nico. Who else? Cody Walker.
Centers also have to be injured. So he can
Adam
play.
Reynolds has to be injured. Well, he is at the moment.
Cleary. Yeah. Look, New South Wales don't get it, and that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
If you want to say that, mate, you go for it.
Can't
wait till we hump you fucking 100-0.
My team, the Queenslanders. Look, we've had obviously Jermaine Hopgood had his injury during last game, bit of a spinal, I believe, a bit of like back spasm, that sort of stuff. He's out for that. So we bring in the good old Kurt Capewell. Actually,
good old glory hole.
We bring on not just Kurt Capewell. We bring in Felice. Felice for, I believe, for Jermaine, and then for Selwyn Cobbo, who also is injured, quote unquote. They reckon he's been having pain-killing needles, that sort of stuff. But we pick and stick. We only drop for injuries.
Yeah, we drop for injuries too.
And then Kurt Capewell comes on for him as our utility.
Injuries and suspension we drop for.
So, I mean, if Walsh gets injured this time, I think Capewell just straight to fullback.
Yeah, honestly.
He's got the ability to do it.
No centers. No putting him into center and then hammer to the fullback.
Nah.
Just Capewell straight to fullback.
We have players that'll do a job, and that's what Queensland does.
That's what the Bush Poet wants.
That's what the Bush Poet wants. I love how he just has a way of words in press conferences. Gets away with everything.
It's like he's been around NRL for 20 years.
Yeah. Shout out Billy the Kid. That's all NRL. I'm knacking myself out there, just like bringing out all my Queensland energy. You know.
Should we just have like a quick nap and then come back?
Okay. We're back there. Fuck. Powered up.
Quick nap. Yeah. We're rejuvenated.
Now we've had our NRL talk. We've had our listener questions. Now we've got more NRL with Leachy's fantasy logs. Yes. Yes. I said Fletcher Sharp last week 50, and then he's got a 55 last week. So big picks from Brandon. Good stuff. Yeah, I haven't got him. Probably get him, although they have a bye this week, so you can hold off.
I was going to do the old switcheroo Armstrong to Fletcher Sharp this week, but then I thought, nah, they have the bye, save the trade, do it next week.
Do it next week. And that's actually my tip for this week. Save your trades. Unless you need to get a win in the old bye week, save your trades. So
Save them.
I'm bringing in, I think, David Fafita for my person who's versus me this week. So look forward to that. But yeah, save your trades.
Save
your trades. Now, cricket chat.
Where's
Obviously,
James?
The cricket guru has gone missing.
Where is he?
Like a cat.
Can we get a missing poster made for James, please?
A couple of teams have gone missing as well that I've been told by James. Pakistan and New Zealand. They both missed out from the group stage. And look, anything you want to say about those two teams?
Look, New Zealand, little bro. What are you doing, man? New Zealand don't get cricket.
You just don't get cricket. Pakistan,
hopefully we don't have to apologise now.
Pakistan also doesn't get cricket, obviously. Yep. Look, James did inform me, though. The real tournament starts now. So look forward to that. Look forward to week by week, James breaking down the cricket.
I think there's only a week left of it anyway.
Yeah. But week of cricket. Wow. Good stuff. Can't wait.
I just want to see when Australia's...
When is Australia playing? That's important to the nation. The nation's people.
Gotta scroll through. So we're playing... tomorrow morning. No. Friday morning.
Friday morning. So...
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow morning. When this goes out.
Podcast, yes.
Versing Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Easy win for the lads, I'd say.
I'd say easy win. So...
Look forward to that, guys.
So, yeah, we're into the thicker things now with the cricket. Hopefully we can get the dub for the World Cup.
That'd be good. I would look forward to it. I wonder what we're paying to win the World Cup. Surely, fucking
let's
$1
get some odds
odds.
up. Quick intermission while we get some odds up here, lads. Fuck off ads. ICC World Cup futures. We're paying $4.
$4. Not,
Favorites are India.
Not bad at all.
I might
India
even
choked the big games, so
India do usually choke big games.
maybe that's Dina's decision. When's it announced? When do we win?
The final?
When's the final? Like, can we bet on this right now?
Final is the 30th of June.
So it's next.
So we got 11 days.
Okay. Look forward to that.
Dina's decision next week, maybe.
Okay. Now that's all for cricket. Obviously James next week, so we'll get.
He'll go a bit more in depth.
Yeah.
You know, I watch my cricket. I love my cricket, but I don't watch every single fucking game.
I get you.
So yeah, what's
now UFC. There is some UFC on this weekend. Obviously, we'll talk about the winners next weekend. But firstly, I just want to bring up Conor McGregor being a fucking bitch.
You're a cat, Conor.
Conor
McNuggets, you're a cat.
You feel for Chandler. The bloke's been waiting. He
for
did
that long.
The Ultimate Fighter coaches with him. He did all this work to try and get this fight, this big payday fight, this fight against Conor, and fucking Conor pulls out. Surprise, surprise. The bloke
Conor hurt his vagina.
Recorded fucking partying only like a couple weeks before the fight. Pulls out injured. Look. You feel for Chandler. That's all I'm going to say. There was a new card announced to replace it is Pereira versus Prochaska. A lot of, it's a good fight. We've already seen this fight.
Yeah.
Pereira probably just wins with that hook, but, it'll still be good.
Wasn't that the fight where we went to the Dragons-Tigers game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and we left before the fucking...
And then there's the other person who pulled out was Jamal Hill, the ex-light heavyweight champion, who was going to fight Carlos Ulberg, the Australian or New Zealand? Australia-New Zealand. Yeah. So a couple of pull-out games on that card, but another pull-out game on the card that we're talking about this weekend.
UFC fighters have good pull-out games.
They do. Khamzat Chimaev, one of mine and Lucas's favorite up-and-coming fighters, he's slowly becoming a pull-out master. I'm starting to jump off the hype train more, maybe move to the Rachmanov hype train. But Khamzat, look, he's talks a big fight, but he hasn't fought in ages. He says he'll fight everyone. He'll fight this person, that person, this person, and then comes up to Robert Whittaker
on a fight night as well.
Yeah, pulls out of that one. Instead, we have Askarov and versus Whittaker. He's a great fighter, this Askarov. He's 15-1 loss. The one loss being to Khamzat Chimaev. So, look, he's a big prospect in the UFC to the fact that everyone is hiding from this Askarov as well. No one wants to fight him. Credit to Rob, though. He doesn't pull out of the card altogether. No. He'll just stick in and he'll fight the next up-and-comer. He loves the sport and just loves to knock off these up-and-coming fighters one by one. So,
but to say that, as I said, that was a fight night, fight Whittaker versus Chimaev, that's
it was going to be a mad card, and then for that, the pullout was just it pisses me off.
The co-main's fucking
co-main Sergey Pavlovich versus Alexander Volkov. Volkov with the sickest back tattoo in the game. That'll be a nice knockout, I think, for Pavlovich. I'm guessing what I'm going with. And Kelvin's a good fighter as well. Used to be a welterweight prospect back in the day. Versus Daniel Rodriguez. So that'll be it'll be still a good card this weekend.
Unfortunately, it's on at 5 a.m.
Yeah, in Dubai.
Yeah, so
that's another thing. Khamzat hasn't fought out of Dubai in ages. Hasn't fought anywhere else than Dubai in ages. There's this whole conspiracy and stuff like that he can't fight anywhere else because of his ties with the with I think it's the Russian. No, it's not Russian. It's Ukrainian government and that sort of stuff over there. So like,
Jeez.
America doesn't want him to like go into America and that sort of stuff because of his ties with that. So he can only fight out of the United Arab Emirates. But yeah, look, I don't know. A lot of alleged stuff there. Don't come for me. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing the result of this card, though.
I do as well. So maybe we live stream it. I don't know, at 5 a.m.
I'm definitely not coming over here at 5 a.m., especially after we have a party on Saturday night.
Pussy. That's all for UFC. Now, the US Open.
Wait, we're talking golf?
We're talking golf.
Fuck, we're getting desperate.
We're getting desperate. Look, now that James is gone, we're big golfers here. So,
we're big golfers.
There was a big game on, and it was the US Open. Bryson DeChambeau gets the win, gets the championship. McIlroy chokes by 1. Look, wow. Hats off to Bryson because obviously when he came onto the game, he was just a guy who could hit really big. But now, honing his craft, getting better at that short game, getting better at everything, gets the win.
This is his second US Open as well.
Yeah. So, like, imagine what he can do in the future.
Mate, imagine what he's going to do in live golf because that's where it all is.
Yeah. Like I seen one of his holes where he bombed it like 360, chips on, putts in. Like having that long drive that he can pull out is just so good. But then to harness the small game, because like it's all about the short game, is how you win the opens, the championships.
I seen one of his holes. It was probably a good maybe 50, 60 meters from the hole, and he's just chipped it, and it's landed pretty much like here and just rolled and went in. I'm just like, that is the shit you dream of.
I remember, like, I've seen his YouTube channel. Shout out Bryson on his YouTube channel. But like, I remember him like talking about how much his dad wanted him to like really go for one of these, and gets the win. So hats off to Bryson. Hats off to DeChambeau. Like, he's actually my hero. You know, he's
if you guys didn't know, his Steam name for like the past. If anyone doesn't know, Steam is the gaming app on PCs. His Steam name for the last 5 years, 6 years,
Bryson DeChambeau
has been Bryson DeChambeau.
So look, I always bring my inner Bryson whenever I go to golf, just fucking try and swack the ball as hard as I can. But now I've got to pull out my short game as well, so look forward to that next time. But that's all for the golf.
That was a quick golf chat.
Short but sweet. Just like us. Sure. Actually, you're pretty tall. So. Now we have horse racing. Fuck, we're getting into it this week, Dan.
How long has it been since we've actually talked about horse racing?
We're so diverse on this podcast,
Mate,
and
I feel like it's just this end of the couch.
Yeah,
like you just get so much knowledge. That end of the couch, it's just like.
It's yeah.
You're in Lonaville over there.
We've become smarter since you have become Lucas. I have become James.
I've sat in every spot on this couch except right there.
Right. Dan's gonna host the podcast next week from here.
We're gonna get no views next week.
It's gonna be good. But horse racing, King Charles III Stakes over in England overnight.
It was like 4 a.m. this morning.
4 a.m. None of us were awake except for Lucas.
Except the horse racing guru.
The horse racing guru. Can't tip it. But I think he did tip. Asfura gets the win for Australia. Storms home right at the end of the race there to pull in and get the win. It's great. Mate, Australians, we just get it.
English racehorses just don't get sprinting.
They don't get it.
2 Australians in 3 years.
Yeah. Nature Strip obviously getting that win in 2022.
Yep.
Now, Asfura. What happens for Asfura? Where does it go from here? Surely picks up some big races in the future.
Surely.
And look, does the form from England carry over to your Australian races? Maybe they bring it over here. Maybe we get some dubs over this way. Look, that's all for the horse racing guru Lucas to tell us. So, if you haven't seen lately, Lucas has been doing his top tips on the YouTube channel, so go check that out. Of course,
we might ask him to give a bit of an in-depth look on this race.
This race as well. We might. But look, in-depth
Oh,
analysis
mate,
now is pretty good.
Just my big brain knowledge from sitting in this chair. I swear, I
feel like we're news anchors, just like just that good.
No, Brendan, we're news wankers.
Oh, we're news wankers. We're news wankers. Well, look, that's all for horse racing.
We talked a lot about horse racing.
Yeah. Now, that's all. That's all, Dan. So, you got anything else to add?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. Well, 1 second. I just want to do my best. Queensland. Okay, so
look forward to what gets Dan fired up next week.
Yeah, 100%. Follow the social medias.
DM Dan as well.
DM Dan. Check out Luke's top tips, and we will see you guys next week.
Please see ya.
Hopefully, James and the cat.